Welcome back to Living Local. A visit to Bishop Hill, Illinois will have you stepping back in time. Known for its Swedish heritage, it's home to several popular festivals, including one coming up where voices from the past will teach audiences something new. Well, Brian Fox Ellis is back in the studio with us to tell us about their 10th annual Chautauqua. Thank you so much, Brian, for coming in.
Always excited to be here.
Okay, first tell us, what is Chautauqua?
Well, the origin of the word is Algonquin, and it means fish kill because the fish would swim up into the Finger Lakes for spawning. It originated in Chautauqua, New York, hence we use that word.
Okay.
But a modern Chautauqua is a gathering of people who love history, who want to celebrate the past, but more importantly, what can we learn from issues of the past that help us make better decisions moving forward? So it's a conversation with the audience and historical characters. We have a really great lineup this year.
Yeah, so tell me what's on the agenda then.
Well,
for this
two
event.
that I'm looking forward to is Mark Twain's going to be there and Buffalo Bill.
Awesome.
Two of my favorite kind of humorist and historical characters. Someone else that I'm real excited, Michael Hurt, a friend of mine, is going to be singing the songs of the Fisk Jubilee Singers, which you may not have heard of, but you've heard their music.
Okay.
Fisk College is one of the historically black colleges, and right after the Civil War, they had a world-renowned choir that performed for kings and queens the old black spirituals like Swing Low, Sweet Chariot.
Okay.
And Michael Hurt sings opera. He's an amazing vocalist, and he'll be telling the stories of those songs. I'll be Herbert Hoover, everyone's favorite president. But he was actually president of the Isaac Walton League after he was president of the United States. And so it's Hoover the Fishing President and how he used fishing in international diplomacy. It's really a fun show.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like a blast. So tell me where and when.
So it's Saturday and Sunday. And Saturday, we start a little earlier. I'll be leading a storyteller's tour of Bishop Hill. So it's a short walking tour, less than a mile, less than an hour, where you get immersed in the history. And then we also have this wonderful little video presentation of one of the people who was very instrumental in preserving Bishop Hill, Ron Nelson. He also worked with Nauvoo and historic sites around the state, and great respect for this gentleman who passed away a number of years ago. So we're dedicating the Chautauqua to Ron Nelson. And then the main programs are 1, 2, and 3, both Saturday and Sunday. So, you know, come early for lunch, stick around to visit the museums and shops, and plan to spend the day in Bishop Hill.
Yeah, it sounds like really a good time and a lot to see and do in that day. Okay, so you're playing two characters. You mentioned one.
Right, Herbert Hoover is one of my favorites, and I am the official Hoover for the Hoover Boyhood Home in Iowa. They helped to commission, helped me with the research too. But the other character is brand new to me. Illinois Audubon Society is celebrating their 125th anniversary, so they commissioned me to play Illinois' preeminent birdman. He was the director of the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C., the director of ornithology for more than 60 years. When he was 16 years old, he began painting birds and identified new species here in Illinois as a boy, and then traveled the world collecting and painting birds. So great adventure.
At 16?
At 16.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, who else is performing?
So I mentioned Mark Twain and Buffalo Bill,
Okay.
Michael Hurt doing the songs of the Fisk Jubilee Singers, and then we also have some children performing, and I'm really excited about these kids. Galvez Schools has been doing this program for a number of years where they train, I believe it's 4th graders, and then the best of the best we invite to be on our stage. And so before every one of the main acts at 1, 2, and 3, we'll have a student performer. They're just little 2- and 3-minute pieces. And then our featured performer. And the kids are playing some really great characters as well. So I believe Pocahontas is going to be there, Sakakawea, or Sacagawea, some people say. We also have Marie Curie, so some really great kid performers as well.
Yeah, it sounds so packed with so much great entertainment, and I love that the kids can get involved as well.
It's really family-friendly event. There's always music, there's always storytelling, there's always humor, but there's also some real depth. This year our theme is celebrating 100-year-old Chautauqua. 100 years ago, there were Chautauquas all across the country. Illinois alone had 200 Chautauqua every year in the late 1800s, early 1900s. They faded with the birth of radio and television, but in the past 30 years there's been a real revival. And so this year I found the program from a Chautauqua from 1910, 1915. I looked at a couple of them.
Wow.
And then I invited reenactors who play some of those characters. So we're truly stepping back in time.
And so educational, too. You're going to have a good time and get educated.
Humor and music.
And some humor.
Oh, I almost forgot. Hammer and Pick, my favorite traditional music band.
Okay.
Playing hammer, dulcimer, and fiddle, and banjo, and guitar. They'll be playing Sunday at 1 o'clock. They'll kick off the show Sunday.
All right. Well, Brian, it sounds like a great time. Thanks for coming in and
Always a
sharing
pleasure.
all this information with us. And if you want more information, you can check out bishophillheritage.org. And we'll also have all those details posted on ourquadcities.com.